Hairstyling is where form and texture combine with direction to capture a client's dreams and sense of style. Acquiring the skills of a hairstyling artist takes time and constant dedication to improve your techniques and sharpen your vision. In this chapter, we will concentrate on 4 key objectives: hairstyling theory, thermal styling, wet styling, and long hair styling. A hairstyle. It can be a person's most identifiable or describable characteristic. Hairstyling is defined as the art of dressing and arranging hair to create temporary changes in the form and texture of the finished hairstyle. There are 3 major hairstyling techniques, which are thermal styling, wet styling, and long hair styling. All are interrelated and important for you to understand. Thermal styling, the most popular method, uses blow dryers, brushes, and curling irons, and requires minimal time. Clients can also closely duplicate salon results at home. Wet styling uses molding, classic finger waving, and setting the hair with rollers and pin curls to create long-lasting hairstyles. Long hair styling is most often used for formal occasions, such as weddings or proms. Styling techniques vary by client, hair type, and the occasion. Every hairstyle is a combination of form, texture, direction, and movement. As a hairstyling artist, you control all these things. When we look at the form of a hairstyle, we're looking for basic shapes. Some hairstyles are, overall, more or less equal in length and width. This rounded or spheroid shape is the result of relatively equal volume throughout the design. Other styles have more width than length, resulting from more volume at the sides. This form appears triangular and is sometimes called oblate. A style with more length than width creates an oval or prolate effect. This can be created by volume at the top or by length to where the hair falls. Volume and texture can dramatically alter the form. As an example, this hairstyle would seem to fall into an oval form. However, by setting the hair on very small rollers and backcombing, the interior volume is accentuated so that the finished result reflects a round or spheroid form. The addition of texture through hairstyling services alters the surface appearance of the design and can also create changes in the shape. The character of a texture includes waves, curls, spiral curls, and crimp texture or any combination. Texture is also identified by its speed, which is closely related to the diameter of the tool used. Look at the visual differences between a long, slow wave, a medium speed curl pattern, and a fast speed curl pattern. Direction is another component of every hairstyle you create. In long hair styling, the placement of volume can create directional emphasis. Movement, which is closely related to direction, is another component of every hairstyle. It refers to how your eye follows or tracks certain parts of a style more readily. Motion begins at a point and extends to form a line. Multiple lines create movement. Lines that extend from multiple points and travel at an equal distance from each other are parallel. Parallel lines may be straight or curved. Lines that radiate outward from a single point are called radial. These lines may begin as straight lines and then become curved. These lines are described as moving clockwise or counterclockwise. The essence of any hairstyle is to create the desired direction and movement combined with various degrees of volume and closeness. To achieve this, you need to understand distribution and molding, as well as sectioning and parting prior to the tool application. Molding or shaping is the process of combing wet hair into the desired position. Molding can be a finished style in itself, or it can serve as the foundation for the position of the roller or pin curl set. To create a rectangular shape, distribute the hair using parallel distribution. Then, use the tail comb to section or scale the hair. To create a triangular shape, use radial distribution. Use the tail comb and distribute the hair from one point of origin. Mold the hair without disturbing the point of origin. Then, section the shape according to the desired size. To create a circular movement, such as the circle, use radial distribution first from one point of origin. Then mold the hair, in this case in a counterclockwise direction. Position your finger near the outer circumference of the shape to avoid disturbing the distribution. Finally, section the hair to create a circular shape. To create an oblong shape, use curved parallel distribution. First, distribute the hair in one direction, then position your finger in the middle of the shape and distribute the hair in the opposite direction. Mold, then section the hair to create the shape. Note that the oblong consists of parallel C lines. Before setting the hair, you will need to subdivide the head into major areas or sections to have better control of the hair as you create your design. The most common straight shapes are squares, rectangles, and triangles. With a square, parallel or radial distribution is used. Rectangular shapes use parallel distribution. Triangular shapes use radial or parallel distribution. Trapezoid shapes use parallel distribution. Curved shapes or sections include circles, ovals, and oblongs. A circle features equal movement on either side of a central point. Ovals consist of radial distribution from an off-center point. Oblongs create a C-shaped movement. Two alternating oblongs create an S-shaped movement or a wave. Partings are lines that subdivide shapes or sections to help distribute and control the hair. Horizontal partings within this rectangle shape create rectangular bases. Radial partings within this circular shape create triangular bases. Defined curls and waves are achieved in hairstyling by using rollers, pin curls, thermal irons, and/or round brushes. A curl has three components: a base, stem, and circle, which are the same regardless of the tool chosen or type of pin curl. The base is the area between partings within a shape. The stem is the hair between the scalp and the first turn of the hair around the roller, thermal iron, or round brush. The circle is the hair that is positioned around the roller, thermal iron, or round brush. The base is the area between straight or curved partings within a shape, regardless of the tool chosen. The base control used in a hairstyle affects the amount of volume or closeness achieved. The diameter and length of the tool determines the size of the base, which can be 1 diameter, 1.5 diameter, or 2 diameters. 1 diameter means that the width of the section is exactly the same as the diameter of the tool being used. With a 1.5 diameter section, the base is 1.5 times the width of the tool. A 2 diameter section indicates that the width of the section is equal to 2 times the diameter of the tool. There are 5 base controls: on base, half half off base, under-directed, over-directed. With an on-base control, the tool or curl is centered between the top and the bottom partings of the base. The base is equal to the length and diameter of the roller or tool being used. An on-base control will result in the most volume and the strongest base strength. To create an on-base control, distribute and hold the hair at a 45-degree angle above the center of the base. Then, wind the roller or tool to the center of the base. With a half-off base control, the tool or curl sits directly on the bottom parting of the base, with half the curl on the base and half the curl off the base. The resulting curl has less base strength and less volume or lift than the on-base curl. To create a half-off base control, distribute and hold the hair at a 90-degree angle from the center of the base. Then, wind the roller or tool toward the base and position it half off the bottom parting. With an off-base control, the tool or curl sits below the bottom parting of the base, creating minimum base strength and the least volume or lift. To create an off-base control, comb and hold the hair at a 45-degree angle below the center of the base. Roll the tool toward the base and position it below the bottom parting. With an under-directed base control, the tool or curl sits in the lower portion of the base, but not on or below the bottom parting. The size of the base must be at least 1.5 times the diameter of the tool or curl. The base control results in reduced volume and base strength. To create an under-directed base control, comb and hold the hair at a 90-degree angle from the center of the base. Roll the tool toward the base and position it in the lower portion of the base. With an over-directed base control, the tool or curl sits in the upper portion of the base, but not on or above the parting. The size of the base must be at least 1.5 times the diameter of the tool or curl. This base control results in exaggerated directional movement and volume or lift, with less strength at the base. To create an over-directed base control, comb and hold the hair at a 45-degree angle above the center of the base. Roll the tool toward the base and position it in the upper portion of the base. Indentation is generally used to create a flip effect. With indentation, the position of the tool and the size of the base influence the amount of hollow space or flatness. Whether rollers, pin curls, or brushes have been used to change the texture, direction, and movement of the hair, the techniques you use to finish the style will be very similar. Relax the set by using 1 or 2 cushion brushes and brushing the hair all the way to the scalp to integrate the bases. Once you've relaxed the set, you'll need to re-establish the lines of the set pattern and finished hairstyle. Next, you will use back brushing or back combing techniques to add volume and to connect the shapes within the style. To refine the lines and textures, you will use a brush or comb to create the desired textural effects. Refining can be the final step if you and your client are pleased. Smaller, more refined touches, such as pleated textures or creative piecing of the hair for a more personalized hairstyle, are known as detailing. There are precautions you should follow during any hairstyling service. Refer to your textbook for infection control and safety guidelines, as well as proper draping procedures for a hairstyling service.